Good morning. I'm super excited to be here. My name is Dagmar and I'm the woman's leading confidence and sexuality expert, specifically focusing in the area of women's health and women's pelvic floor health. And I wanted to do this video today as many of you have been reaching out to me with a variety of issues, from prolapse through incontinence, through sexual pain, through really getting a lot of shame and guilt just by, obviously, every single one of us. We live in a sexually repressed society. How we can actually address these common challenges, and is there a process, is there a practice, something that you can do every single day or 2 to 3 times a week that will tremendously help you relieve your symptoms and actually experience greater pleasure and deeper connection with your body. So in my work, I deeply stand for truly educating my clients and students and empowering them, giving them tools, skills, and practices that give them the power of embodied, educated healing, and they can bring that into their everyday life. They can bring that into their relationship. They can bring that into their self-care practices. So this is a model of female pelvis, and I hope this model does not scare you. This is how you look underneath of your own skin. And all of this obviously is a network of tremendous amount of bones and muscles and nerve tissue and ligaments and fascia. Now, our emotions, especially the heavy one, the shame, the guilt, maybe you have history of trauma, maybe you have a lot of guilt because you might have miscarriage or even abortion at some stage in your life. All of that, if is not being dealt with, if is not being healed, it actually gets trapped in the pelvis. And in my practice and working with my clients who come to me many times with chronic health challenges like polycystic ovaries, like endometriosis, one of the biggest reasons for chronic pelvic pain are actually trapped emotions that need to be healed, that need to be alchemized, that need to be released, so a full health and vitality of the woman's reproductive system can be restored. So as women's sexuality expert and someone who deeply stands for your empowerment, I deeply believe in a JADAC. This is a JADAC and a regular JADAC practice. Now, JADAC is something that women put in a safe and effective way inside of their vagina, inside of their vaginal canal, and unlike kind of a bad rap around JADAC of walking around it, walking with it all day long, you actually put it in your vagina and you do very specific set of exercises for somewhere between 15 to 20 minutes. You can do it 2 to 3 times a week, same as you would go to gym or you would do yoga, you would meditate, and it has tremendous impact on improving health, reducing pain, improving sensitivity in your vaginal canal, and also ameliorating myriads of issues that I have mentioned before: the pelvic pain, endometriosis, sexual trauma, and healing the shame, the guilt, and the grief. So if you're a woman who's trying to conceive, having a regular JADAC practice is excellent, because with regular JADAC practice, you're actually bringing a regular blood flow and nerve conduction in part of your body where you might be holding a chronic stress and chronic tension. So this fosters relaxation, it fosters improving of circulation and nerve conduction, which is excellent for creating more fertile environment. On the other side, if you are a woman who has children, who is new mother, or maybe even your children are 5, 6, 7 years old, but maybe you had a difficult birth, maybe you had traumatic birth, maybe you still didn't fully recover, like psycho-emotionally, from that experience, stepping into JADAC practice is excellent, because it will help you recover your vaginal canal after giving vaginal birth. It will help you with any trauma that might have happened to your cervix. I personally have a 2-year-old son, His name is Rumi, and my birth has been very traumatic and my cervix has been ruptured. So part of my postnatal recovery has been actually doing JDAC practice 3 times a week, specifically focusing on releasing the trauma from my cervix so I can reclaim my full sexual health and really be in the shape that I have been before pregnancy. Now, if you're a woman who struggle with pleasure, with sexual arousal, maybe you never had orgasm, or you are struggling with orgasms altogether, maybe your orgasms are not fulfilling or nourishing, Jade Egg practice is probably the best training, like self-pleasure training you can do, that unlike, you know, sexual toys or something that you do like naughty and kinky in your bedroom, nothing wrong with that, but this actually really trains the nervous system of your arousal. It really trains the nervous system of your erotic exploration, and you can truly train yourself to have deeper orgasms, more fulfilling orgasms, to feel more, to be more sensitized and more present to your vagina. Now, JDAC is the best tool on the market for releasing and healing things like sexual trauma. I personally have history, as I said before, of 3 years of sexual trauma. It has been very difficult and very challenging. It has had a big impact on my current relationship with my husband, and what JDAC, and specifically working with the holistic tools of sexuality, the movement, the breath, the sound, and intention alongside with JDAC, is one of the best practices you can do on a regular basis to actually gently and sensitively discharge trauma from your body and from your nervous system, so the nervous system of your vagina, the nervous system of your sexuality can come back to its like natural, pleasure-filled, healthy, and vibrant state of being. And lastly, but not least importantly, connecting to your vagina, having a JDAC practice, really releasing layers of shame, guilt, any possible trauma, is the best training for deepening your self-love, enhancing your confidence, and truly feeling amazing from inside out. So in my practice and in my coaching programs, I have seen absolute healing transformations with my students and clients when they actually started to have regular JDAC practice. It's really simple to do. It's very effective. It's very gentle, and it feels amazing. So if this is something that interests you, feel free to drop me a message, and I'm super happy to have a deeper conversation about this juicy topic. I'm sending you so much love, and I am really, really excited to share more with you around working with JDAC and tremendously improving the health of your sexuality and of your reproductive system.